Hello and welcome to video unit preview number 2, the script swap. In this preview, you're going to learn not only how to execute the unit, but why it's important.
The idea of the unit is to show scholars that even though they write something for themselves, they have to write it with a high amount of detail to the point where anyone can produce their script. In order to do this, you're going to have scholars write a script and then swap it with another group to produce that script.
Let's start, first of all, with the writing process. Each group of 4 will write their own script. The script should be about 5 pages, give or take, with at least 2 characters with speaking parts. They shouldn't have more than 4 characters, and the script should take place in or around school. This will allow you to have each kid film during class time. Remember, each group is going to swap scripts, so we don't want someone writing about like their home or a park that another group won't be able to get to. That's why we keep it here at school. Each group is allotted about 3 to 4 days to write their script. They should write a treatment first, and that treatment should be approved by you before they start writing their script. A treatment should take about a half a day to a full class period to write, and the script should take no more than 3 days after that to write. Anything after that is homework. And on the 4th day, you should table read each script as a full class group. That way, everyone in the class hears every story. Remember, another group is going to have to produce this. This is a sneaky way of not only workshopping a script, but also introducing it to every group so no one is surprised when they're the ones that have to produce it. The next part is the swap. And what this is each group will swap a script in order to produce one or the other. As a teacher, if you know your kids and you know one group is going to be better than another group at executing a script, go ahead and meddle with it and pick which script goes where. Otherwise, run an experiment and see what happens when kids decide what scripts they want to do, and then use that as a teaching experience. For instance, if 3 groups want to produce one specific group's written work, perhaps that group wrote a great script, and you can teach or go over why everyone at least wants to do that particular story. Some things about the swap. You may or may not experience some pushback on this. Remember, kids have written for the past 4 days a story designed for the people in their group. They wrote it so they would be comfortable. Now you're asking them to do something uncomfortable for them. Okay? A lot of them might say, well, we just wrote all of this, we should be able to do it. Use that as a teaching opportunity. Tell them that they're not always going to produce their written work, and in fact, a lot of times directors don't produce their written work. Also, it's a good teaching moment for the group that gets the poorer written work and say, why is this such a problem for you? What's the issue here? During the swap, explain that scholars should not, under any circumstance, change the story in any way. They should produce exactly what's written. This will help you later on in the question and answer portion at the end of the unit when you realize that a lot of the writing isn't good enough yet. This will help, of course, build and build and build to the final film when hopefully your scholars will understand that writing is an extremely important part of the process of filmmaking. The production of scripts should just be a normal production day. Basically, scholars will come in, get the camera gear that they requested from you, and go out into the school and film where they need to film. You can check the AMLs that I have posted if you need to know what a production day looks like. It should be relatively simple. It just takes a lot of work on the teacher to monitor and make sure each group is getting it done. Make sure that your production days don't exceed 3 or 4 days max. Try and get scholars to work in a quick, orderly fashion where they're not wasting time. This will help your scholars later on in the year when they have a lot more going on other than this class and they still need to produce that movie. Editing days are just like production days. You should only have about 3 or 4 to edit, and some groups may even leave an editor behind while the rest of the group films in order to kind of get a head start on those days. That should be encouraged.
If there are certain kids that aren't participating in the edit process, have alternate assignments ready for them.
The scholars will be using Final Cut Pro to edit these projects. Final Cut Pro actually went through an update, so make sure you as a teacher are familiar with the new update. Everything's pretty much the same, it's just in different locations from the previous version.
The last part is obviously the question and answer section and where kids can learn lessons. The big focus and takeaway should be on the writing. Writing is something that our scholars tend to have trouble with. They need to be able to write clear, concise scripts with great directions so anyone can pick up their materials and produce their movie. That's the ultimate goal for this entire project. The rest of this can also be critiqued. Make sure that you don't dismiss the camera work, the sound, and the editing as well. All of that should be taken into account in this project, but the main focus should be the scholars' writing. The last part of this should be to get the two groups together, the original writers and then the producers of those movies, and see how close the producers came to creating the movie that was originally written for them. This will be the interesting part that can take quite a bit of time if done correctly. Talk about it, discuss it as a full group, and see where certain groups did better or worse than other groups.
Natalie, have you found anything yet?
No, his desk is way too messy. I can't find anything.
Are you sure? Because I can't find anything over here either.
Hey, Tyler, this door's locked. Maybe you can find a key.
Damn pencil, bro.
I'll give you my watch for the answers.
Yeah, right. I can't be bought.
Hey, I'll give you a whole pack of pencils for them damn answers.
You can have pencils for yourself. I really think you should give us the answers, you know. We're struggling here, and this is a team effort, and, you know, we have it all figured out, whereas we don't, and you should really give us an answer.
I'll be right back.
What's the answers? Give us the answers.
Well, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I come from outside of town, and I'm here to be y'all's new sheriff.
No, sir. We already have a hall monitor.
Oh, all right then. You'll be hearing from me next time.
Good day.
Good day. Well, if I haven't struck gold.
And who might you be? Did you not hear me the first time? Who are you?
I'm the new sheriff in town. My name's Squirrel Wilson, ma'am. Now, who might you be?
hall monitor Barbara Ann. Nice to meet you.
It's my honor, ma'am.
Now, did President Bubba give you permission to be sheriff?
President Bubba, you say?
We followed around Ian Price to see what a day was like in the life of Unstable. Unstable is everyone's friend.
There's a fire emergency because my rhymes are so hot.
Love you, Ian.
Just me with the fan here, my producer, OG Kobe.
We love you, Ian. I love you, bro.
But it seems like there was one question that Ian couldn't answer. So what's next for Unstable?
Next. What's next?
That's Mr. Mike. What's next, son? There are a lot of questions left, but you pick the one that's right. Here's Unstable coming in hot after his success. Should a rap like this at my inauguration address. Forget a dress, I stay classy, I take baddies. Talk too much, call me Chatty Cathy, I break limits. Ian did it, if she thick then I might hit it.
What the hell? Who is she?
You have been chosen.
Chosen for what?
A journey.
What journey?
Hey, get out of here. Wake up. Hey, I don't get paid enough for this. Go to the office.
No! No! No!
Hey, kid, wake up. Get out of here.
Well, I was just here.
Hey, I don't get paid enough for this. Go to the office.
Just some final reminders. First of all, this whole project is designated and designed to focus on kids writing. Take the extra days if you need to focus on writing more than any other part. The script swap will be a big deal. Scholars put a lot of effort into that writing, and they are the ones that want to actually produce the script. You will or could receive a lot of pushback on this. Hold true and tell them the reasons why. As always, you can ask me any questions that you need to via email or telephone. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you for listening and watching the video unit preview number 2.